Hello, good day everyone. We are now back for another video. So before we start with our new topic, so let's play a game first. This is guess the tagline. So basically, you'll just have to guess the famous line of each logo. Let's start. We have here McDonald's. Try to guess its famous line. You're correct. Love ko to. How about video? All right. Yes, we find ways. Chowking. Tikman ang tagumpay. Good job. Next, we have Coca-Cola. This is easy. Yes, open happiness. How about Nike? Yes, just do it. Apple? Think different, though I didn't know that. This is new to me. How about KFC? You're right. It's finger licking. Good. Okay, good job. So, good job if you get all of the answers correct. Okay, so why do you think tagline is important? Any answers? Okay, so some of you may have answered tagline is important. So you can set your brand so people will know um, your product just upon hearing the tagline. For example, with KFC, it's finger licking good. So if someone says it's finger licking good, so you will be able to say that they're referring to KFC, right? So setting up your own brand is different. So you may need to establish your name for quite some time. So it's not an overnight process na natulog ka and then the next day you are already famous or your brand is already established. That's why we have here our next topic. It's all about marketing plan. So it's all about how you strategize, what are your tactics in improving your business. So let's start. Let us first define what marketing plan is. So marketing plan is a business document outlining your marketing strategy and tactics. It covers a variety of marketing such as costs, goals, and action steps. So basically, each company have this. Walang business, walang company na hindi nag-strategize to succeed in a business. Later, we'll dig in what are the important things that we need to consider in establishing a perfect marketing plan. But first, let's define what is a value proposition. So value proposition is a statement that clearly identifies what advantages a customer will perceive by purchasing a particular product or service. In Tagalog, ito yung benefit or advantage na nakukuha ng iyong customer if they purchase your product or if they avail your service. For example, let's say you are selling a beauty product. So the benefit that your customer can get from it would be, for example, it's soap. It can make their skin more brighter, more smoother. So people will definitely avail it if they find it beneficial for them. How about with food? Let's say you're selling a vegan product. So we all know that vegan is healthy, less meat, more vegetables. So the value proposition of that is it can make your customers healthier. Next, we have unique selling proposition. It refers to how you will sell the product or service to your customer. So now we're talking. So this is all about how you will sell your product, how will you promote your services to your target market. So it's how creative you can be just to sell your product. Anyway, if you can sell products to people right now, then you can be a good sales representative. So you can be a good asset for some companies. Anyway, next, we have here some tips on how you can be effective in positioning your value proposition. Number one, you have to prepare a situation analysis that deals the problem of the customer. So you have to try to anticipate all of the possible scenarios that may happen and possible issues that a customer may be experiencing. For example, if you're selling a beauty product such as beauty soap, so you have to anticipate why would they purchase a product that you're selling. For example, they have acne problems, they have lots of pimples. Now you have to target their needs. So with your product soap, you have to think of ingredients that can help treat acne. So if you will position that to your clients, it will target their needs right away. Number two, make your value proposition straight to the point, simple and specific. In short, should be no complications. So try to make your pitching or sales pitching as simple as possible. Make it straight to the point. Walang paligoy-ligoy. If you want to target clients with acne problems, so make sure that on your product label, it is already presented there that your soap can help treat acne problems. Or if your face is not that smooth, maybe might want to include that on your label that by purchasing your product and by using it, it can help make their skin looks brighter and more smoother. Number three, highlight the value of your product and service so that customer will easily get what benefits you can provide. So this is all about the packaging. And if you are trying to position your product already, so make sure that it's all in one. Make sure that you won't make any room for questions for your clients. That when they see the label of your product, that's it. By just reading it, they will be enticed to buy your product right away. Adapt to the language of your market. Let's say you're selling a product in the Philippines. So we all know that, our major language or the main language that we use here in the Philippines is Tagalog. So make sure that it is understandable. Your packaging should be understandable. By the way, our international language is English. So I'm pretty sure that most of the people can understand it. So I haven't seen any product that has a Tagalog label or maybe Kapampangan label. So I think it's understandable here that we can use an international language with our label. So we can use English as our mode of language here. Just make sure that it is clear, concise, and straight to the point label. Next, add credibility. So you might want to add in your label, for example, that you've been operating, you've been selling in the market for how many years, and it is a trusted brand approved by BPA, for example. If you're selling a feeding bottle, and that's it. Next, differentiate your value proposition with your competitors. Okay, so you have to benchmark as well what other companies or what your competitors can do or can provide in the market. So at least you can try to match what they can provide or maybe higitan mo pa kung ano yung nabibigay nila sa market. Tips on effective selling proposition. Number one, you have to identify and rank the uniqueness of the product or service attribute. For example, if you're familiar with the food delivery app Food Panda, you can see there that their products are organized from main course to desserts and beverages. It is positioned that way so people will see, for example, the latest offers or their most buy products or most sold products. And then we have also the extras, but they are at the bottom part of the app. Why? Because we all know that extras are just for additional, for upsells. And main course have the most high price when it comes to their rank. For example, if Jollibee, so we all know that their main course costs a lot compared to beverages, desserts, and extras such as mayo, ketchup, gravy, extra rice, fries, or drinks. Be specific. So get straight to the point what product you're trying to sell. Okay. But here's a best tip that I can give for you. Try this approach. KISS. Keep it short and simple. Do not overword your statement. Maybe in a minute, try to provide everything that you can give. Okay, so here's a unique selling proposition example. Business, for example, family seafood restaurant. Unique selling proposition, only local seafood restaurant that does curbside pickup. So this is what's unique about them. Potential slogan or their tagline could be sale by, pick up, enjoy. Nice. How about insurance like Sun Life, Coco Life? B2B means business to business, insurance agency. So what's unique about them? Appointed by carriers who underwrite high risk and hard to insure businesses. Oh, okay. So meaning they are really good. If you can insure a business that is hard to insure, then you're one of a kind. Well, you can even convince those businesses that isn't even interested with insurance. So their potential slogan is taking on the most challenging risk management with confidence. Wow, confidence with a heart. Next, local bank, personalized service with friendly staff who have long employment tenures. Hmm. Okay, a truly communal banking experience. So, what do we mean by communal? I'm not really familiar with it, but it's something that maybe a truly communal means common, having something in common, banking experience. It's very personalized. I mean I think this bank maybe have welcome drinks, for example, or it's very welcoming. There's an ambience of being a welcoming environment. Next, by the way, we have here our market share computation. For example, let me read the problem here. Mr. Antonio did a survey and found out 500 families live in Barangay Kutkut only 475 eat rice and they consume 1 kilo per day. There are four competitors in rice retailers, 20% each market share and 20% for bulk orders. All orders. Sorry. The average net profit per kilo is 10 pesos. The objective of Mr. Antonio in the first year to capture the 20% of the market and reduced markup to 2 and promotion of free delivery of rice for 5 kilos and up. So here's the formula for the computation. Let's try to compute the market size muna. 475 families multiplied by 1 kilo per day multiply by 365 days or 1 year. And it will give you 173,375 kilos of rice. Well, that's a lot. So that's the market size. Now, let's try to compute for the market size profit. So we will get the market size, multiply it by 10. That's the net profit per kilo. And that's going to be for 1,733,750 per annum. Per annum means per year. Okay, now let's try to compute the potential market share is equals to market size. Let's go back. Here's our market size, 173,375. Multiply it by the estimated market share. Okay, estimated market share is 20%. Let's go back to the problem. Okay, Mr. Antonio in the first year to capture the 20% of the market. That's the objective. Okay. So 1,733,750. Here it is. The market size profit. Share is equals to 346,750. Mr. Antonio will reduce the markup by 2. The net profit per kilo only become 8. Potential market share is 173,375 kilos multiplied by 20% multiplied by 8. So potential market share is equals to 277,400. Okay, customers. So they're said to be the lifeblood of the business. These are the people who buy the products or avail the service of the entrepreneur. Without customers, there wouldn't be any sales anyway. So they're considered lifeblood. So it's really a necessity, okay, that there should be customers in a business, okay, because they're the one who buy the products anyway or avail the service. Customer requirements. These are the specific features and characteristics that the customers need from a product or service. Customer requirements. Okay, so this is what they consider in buying a product or availing a service. For example, I wanted to buy a clothing, but I want it to be, not too cozy, but I want the materials of the fabric to be cotton. So if I go to the mall, so I will definitely look for that requirements. So I want it soft, good for summer, because right now the weather is not that good. It's actually too hot. So I want to have a comfy or light products for my clothing. Target market. So we have different types of target market. One, we have the primary target market is the segment of a marketplace a business believes will get it the best chance to sell. Primary target market is ito yung nakikita mo na perfect place for you to sell a product kasi pwedeng matao yung lugar na ito, pwedeng close to establishments like school, ano pa ba? Like munisipyo, market, palengke, grocery. So, yun kasi yung mga maraming tao. So, more likely, syempre, mas maraming customers kang mahihikayat. Secondary target market, these are customers who may have less money or fewer demand from your product or service. For example, at school, and then ang tatayo mong business ay samjihan or something na pricey or expensive yung mga tinda. So do you think a public school student may avail your product? So of course not. So that's why you might want to consider ano yung mga products na pwede mong ibenta. Especially yung target market mo, you have to consider that as well. Okay, so we have here market aggregation. It happens when an entrepreneur wants to target a broader market. Yan. So let's say your product is mushroom or oyster mushroom. So for market aggregation, so you might want to target a broader market. So isip ka ngayon, saan kaya mas magiging patok yung iyong product? So tingin mo ba sa isang school, sa cemetery ba, people will avail your product and broad market ba yun? Of course not. So you might want to go to the mall kung saan talagang hindi naubusan ng customers or possible na bibili sa'yo. And next, we have market intelligence. It is a customer profiling drives the entrepreneur what correct strategies and tactics to employ. So every business owner must have this characteristic. Because if you don't know how to profile your customers, if you cannot strategize well, more likely that your business will be bankrupt or hindi magsasucceed. Next, we have here market segmentation. Okay, it is the process of grouping similar or homogeneous customers according to demographic, psychographic, geographic, and behaviors. So you have the types of market segmentation. Demographic segmentation or socioeconomic segmentation is the process of grouping customers according to relevant socioeconomic variables for the business venture. So socio-economic, so it is with the standard of living that they have. It could be possible. Let's say you're targeting a BPO industry or call center company. So you know that these people can avail pricey products like coffee, milk tea, or anything that is expensive, they can avail that because they're earning well. What else? If you are targeting a school, so you might want your product to be more affordable, healthy, because that's what the canteen requires, or that's what the school requires for the student to have in their canteen. Next, income range and the social class represent the purchasing power of the market. Ayan. So you have to consider the income range. You may conduct a survey, siguro, no? Try to ask, magkano kaya yung potential na sahod nitong mga customer dito sa lugar na to? And then from there, you may try to think of a business na papatok and kaya nilang bilhin. The occupation determine the customer's income but also their daily routine where goods and services can be properly positioned. Yun nga, gaya na sabi ko kanina, call center agents. We know that call center agents works at night. I mean, majority of them. Meron din naman nag-work at day. But what do you think can be the best product to sell for them? I would say coffee. Kasi puyat sila. Or something healthy because they need to have some refreshments after they work. What else? Maybe you might want to build your own gym because these people we know naman na they just eat and sleep to make a balanced living or a balanced lifestyle. So they need to incorporate exercise as well. And then gender and age group, life cycle of customers and their gender influence and buying behavior. Ayan, so gender and age group. So kapag mga kabataan, so they're very into aesthetic or minimalist style nowadays. So if you're targeting siguro yung sa clothing, you might want to consider na magtinda ng mga ganong klaseng outfits na pasok sa uso ngayon. Like those items that are being sold in Shopee and Lazada. So kasi most young people nowadays buy clothings there and their styles, yung mga shoes na sinusuot nila according to gender, it actually goes the same with male. They're very aesthetic. They're very minimalist when it comes to their outfit nowadays. Religion and ethnicity should be taken into account because these affect the way they buy products or avail services. Merong mga religions na they're very strict when it comes to the preparation of their food. Halimbawa, they don't eat yung pig's blood. Yan. So, it can be considered as well na siguro in your menu kapag ka food industry yung meron ka, you might want to ask your customers first what's their preference, kung paano ba yung pagkakaluto ng food nila, for example, and so on. Next, we have psychographic segmentation. It is a process of grouping customers according to their perceptions, way of life, motivations, and inclinations. Perception is a process where an individual receives external stimuli using five senses, such as hearing, touching, smelling, seeing, and tasting. So, halimbawa, nasa food bazaar ka, perception, ayan, kailangan yung sa food mo, very enticing, amoy pa lang, as in mapapa-order na sila. Yung kagaya nung minsan pupunta ka ng mall, you're uninterested naman to buy waffle, for example, pero pagpasok mo ng mall, amoy waffle, di ka naman gutom, pero minsan napapabili ka. What else? Seeing, minsan yung presentation ng food, if it actually looks very enticing, no, nakakagutom, papabili ka din. Hearing, so if you can hear that people are actually talking about a certain store na nagtitinda ng ganitong product, and then sabi nila halimbawa, sale doon, no? So people will tend to go there right away kasi basta sale, no? They're actually into discounts, right? Touching, it could be na siguro yung physical attributes ng product na binibenta mo. If it's really good and it could actually please you in a sense na halimbawa, pillow yan. If it's very soft, it's very fluffy, so more likely that you will buy that pillow kesa sa mga mumurahin na mura nga siya pero the quality is not good. Next, physiological motivation involve the needs of the person. Yan. So, like Watson. So, ito, um, especially women, kapag nakapunta na sila ng Watson, talagang as in, if they're into makeups, so definitely, they will buy products there. Their needs then, halimbawa, yung mga vitamins and beauty products actually an essential right now, lalo na kung nag-work ka sa mga industry na you are considered a frontliner, halimbawa sa hotel. So you cannot just show up at work with bare face, no? Kailangan you need to put makeup on. Psychological motivation, it involves customers' preference, like their likes and their dislikes. So as a business owner, you cannot identify all, like what do they need. So maybe one tip to uncover their needs is maybe conduct some surveys, like for this specific place, ano ba yung mga needs nila? Ito mong lugar na to, how's their income? How's the economic status of this place? Can they afford pricey products or they cannot? So based from there, halimbawa in Manila, so like for example in BGC, a lot of food establishments can be seen there. It's because there are a lot of infrastructure. There are a lot of businesses out there na possible na pumunta dun sa mga food establishments din kasi they can afford to buy pricey products. Deprivation. It involves the customer's recognition of certain voids to fill. So sometimes we deprive ourselves, no? Let's say for example for food, kasi minsan we feel that we are too fat already, no? And we tend to not eat tasty foods like in the fast food. Pero like what I said earlier nga, no, dun sa perception, if you come and pass by a food establishment or yun nga, a food court and you smell the food that is being cooked, so there's no way that you can disregard that. So you can actually disregard the way you deprive yourself from food because you're dieting yourself. So mapapabili ka din. Next, we have geographic segmentation is simply grouping customers according to their location. Ayan. So behavioral segmentation is the process of grouping the customer according to their actions. Occasions drastically affect the customer's buying. Loyalty is the result of maintaining satisfied customers, usage of products, or availment of service. It describes how often a product is being used or the service being availed. So let's go with the first one. Geographic segmentation is simply, okay, grouping them according to their location. What do we mean by that? The geographic segmentation. Let's say, for example, um, school, okay, and then ano pa? Um, market, church. So you basically group the people according to their location. Okay, so based from their location, so you will establish a business that fits yung location na yun. Halimbawa, cementerio. You know that not all the time na may tao doon. So you might not want to establish there a food establishment. Possible malulugi ka. Eh, sino bibili sa'yo? That cemetery. Siguro kapag um season na All Souls Day, ayan. So yan siguro yung season na maraming tao. But not all the time. Siguro minsan in a day, isa, dalawa, tatlo, no, yung pupunta ng cemetery to visit their loved ones. So, best siguro na isell mo if it's a cemetery is you might want to have yung mga candles. Yan, kasi even in the long run, kahit itinda mo yan, at wala namang bumili agad, hindi siya agad masisira. So you can stock it for a long time. It may be stagnant, no? Yung business mo, matagal yung balik ng income, but still, meron at merong bibili pa rin sa'yo. Kasi people need candles, no? Especially if they visit their loved ones sa cemetery. Next, behavioral segmentation is the process of grouping the customer according to their actions. So it's the way people act, okay? Behavioral segmentation, halimbawa, nasa um, kampo ka, for example, ng mga sundalo, eh, kung saan nagkakaroon ng trainings, ayan. So, siguro, ang fit na maging business mo doon is food, halimbawa, kainan, kasi after their training, gutom sila. Or what else? Like their basic needs, yung mga clothing na ginagamit nila. So instead of them to lumabas pa, pumunta ng bayan, so you can sell those products to them. Kasi it makes it more convenient for them na nandun na yung product malapit sa kanila. Occasions drastically affect the customer's buying. Halimbawa yung mga balloons, no, cakes. It's very occasional kasi for cakes, it can only be bought during birthdays. Pero I'm pretty sure naman na in a week, no, meron nagse-celebrate ng birthday sa isang lugar. So, hindi ka pa rin talaga mas-zero. Like balloons and flowers. Flowers, especially kapag Teacher's Day, um, Heart's Day, ano pa ba? Mother's Day. So, ayan. Ito yung mga best na nagawin mong business, no? Kapag ganong season. And also stay din, yung mga bumibisita sa cemetery. Loyalty is the result of maintaining satisfied customers. Ayan. So kaya yung iba meron silang loyalty card na tinatawag kasi kapag halimbawa, repeat customer ka, you can earn points. And sooner, kapag dumami yung points mo, you can actually exchange it for a certain product, or you can get a certain freebie, or you can get discounts and so on. Usage of products or availment of service, it describes how often a product is being used or the service being availed. Yeah, so yeah, it actually details kung paano ba ginagamit yung product mo or how they can avail your service. So you gotta make sure that um, you position your product in a way na talagang need siya ng customer mo. Okay? And the last slide, no, ito, marketing research. It is the process of gathering, analyzing, and interpreting information about the market, product, service to be offered for sale in the market. Qualitative research, it includes identifying the written or spoken opinion of customers. So, kung nagkaroon na kayo ng inyong PR1 or practical research too, so definitely you are familiar with these terminologies already. So, qualitative is all about a spoken opinion of your customers. Quantitative research, it involves analyzing the customer's preferences using relevant information from the target customer. I mean, using relevant statistics, sorry. So quanti, from the word quantity, okay, so it involves numbers and statistics, okay? Interview is one of the most reliable and credible ways of getting relevant information from the target customer. So this is an act of you getting to know each other person by asking them questions. We also have sampling. It is the selection of respondents that statistically represent the total population. So you have to identify which target market you will be using for your marketing research. And that's it. So for our next video, we'll actually talk more about marketing research, like the things that we need to consider in an interview, and we will dig in more about the types of research, such as qualitative and quantitative research. And we will talk about more about the sampling. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video and goodbye.